Hello students, it's Daniel with the last career exploration video. In this video, I'd like to help you complete an activity using your career assessment results and occupation information using Focus 2. So let me share my screen and get us going. Excellent. To complete this activity, log on to Canvas, then your CSM10 modules, and locate and access the CSM10 Career Exploration Activity document. We will use this video to explore one occupation that aligns with at least 3 of your assessment results, which is Part A, and one occupation that aligns with your current major, which is Part B. So let's get started by splitting your screen into 2 windows to better navigate the Focus 2 information and fill in your document at the same time. So go ahead and log into your Focus 2 account, and in your student dashboard, select Combine Assessments here. Select all 5 assessments and click Continue. And this feature will help you identify suggested occupations that match multiple of your career assessment results. To narrow down your occupation matches a bit more, let's select the following filters to help you explore occupations that require at least a bachelor's degree or advanced degree, and sort by job family to group similar occupations together, and click Update. Once you completed these steps, begin exploring occupations that appear in at least 3 of the assessments you have completed. Some of you may have occupations that appear in 4 or even 5 of your assessments. It's okay to explore all these occupations and select one from these categories. As you scroll through the occupations, look at which assessments align with each occupation. For example, I am going to use speech pathologist down here. This career field I didn't know existed until I started working in the Career Center. And if you take a look, it aligns with my values, personality, and skill assessments results. For this activity, you're going to gather information from the occupational profile. For the occupation name, copy and paste it here. Okay, then the occupation overview section provides you a general description of the occupation and whether it requires professional licensing or education beyond a bachelor's degree. Moving into the next activity section, review the job task and list 2 job activities that you'll find interesting. For example, as I read about this occupation, I became interested in how speech pathologists diagnose and treat their patients. So we'll copy and paste that here. Also, I learned that they provide individual counseling and guidance. So I would copy and paste that up here as well. On a quick note, if we look at your occupational profile, these bar graphs will give you insight into how your work interest results compare to someone working in this occupation. If your pattern is similar, this occupation may be a good match for you. For the skills, values, and work conditions, read through these sections and note the skill set needed for this occupation, what values align with this type of work, and the work settings, interactions, and dynamics that are common in this occupation. Then list 2 that interest you from any of these 3 sections, like I am interested that this job involves face-to-face communication, and also that helping others is a value of this type of work. Okay, next is the education requirements, which indicate the level of education required for this occupation. For this example, a bachelor's and master's degrees are both accepted in this field of work. So for this example, I'm going to put both on the worksheet here. Right below this information, you can see the majors at Fresno State that align with this occupation. After reviewing the majors listed, copy and paste a major's name, like so. There we go. Next is the employment outlook. In other words, are job openings for this occupation going to increase or decrease in the near future? For this occupation's projections indicate a 14% or higher. A good number to keep in mind is 7%. That's the average for most occupations in the US. And this occupation shows almost double the average, so it's growing much faster than other fields. So in this case, I would just type 14% or higher rather than a percentage range. Now, let's talk about how much does this occupation pay? That's always an important question, right? So go ahead and list the national average salary low and high end, which you can find here, and paste it into this section. However, is the pay similar in California? To get more accurate information for our state, click this link and select California in the drop-down options and click Go. And now you can see the low-end earnings for our state. So go ahead and type that here. Okay, but what about more of local metro areas? So if you scroll down, you can see the different metro areas across the state. And for this assignment, I'd like you to take a look at Fresno, for example. So let's go ahead and list the low annual earnings listed here. So we'll paste like so there. And let's also list the median salary range. So what we're going to see is that these numbers can help you better understand salary expectations for this career field as someone going into the career after your education. Now, let's come back to focus 2. For the last piece of information, I'd like you to explore at least one professional community for the occupation. These communities are mainly called associations or societies, and they are great resources of career insight, current trends in this field of work, and most host national or even regional or local networking events for you to meet and connect with these professionals. As a college student, let me open that up. As a college student, you can also qualify for a very low membership price, and most students' memberships can provide you access to professional mentoring programs, career advice, internship, and job boards for early career professionals, and information about graduate or professional school education, among other great benefits. For my example, I'm going to list the American Speech Language Hearing Association and paste it here. And I'm also going to include their website, like so. Okay. Now, all right, so that's pretty much it for part A of the assignment. For part B, you're going to explore occupations related to your major. So we'll go back to the student dashboard view, scroll down to to the explore possibilities, then click on what can I do with the major in offer at Cal State University Fresno, and select your current major. So I'm going to scroll down to environmental science for this example, which is right here. And this time, let's go ahead and sort by salary. Now you can start exploring occupations that align with your major. I encourage you to explore at least 5 different occupations related to your major before selecting one as part of this assignment. Doing this exploration will give you great insight into a variety of career pathways and the different occupation descriptions and requirements, especially since some of the higher salary occupations may require education beyond a bachelor's degree, like a master's, PhD, or professional school. Similar to part A of the assignment, fill in the information from the occupation profile, and remember to explore the professional communities listed, since they can give you additional insight or ways to connect with professionals in this career field. As you complete both Part A and B, go ahead and save this document, include your first and last name, and then upload it to the Canvas appropriate module for your CSM 10 class assignment, and that way you complete the entire assignment. Well, that concludes the career exploration activity. I encourage you to continue exploring careers and majors beyond this class assignment and take advantage of all the information available to you through Focus 2. If you need some extra help, I encourage you to connect with the Career Development Center. For example, visiting our Career Cafe hours, Monday through Friday, 9 to 3 p.m. for additional support. On that note, I hope that this assignment has helped you explore different career options and pathways related to your major or occupations that match your career assessment results. And I'm going to say bye for now, but please feel free to connect with us if you need extra help. All right, bye for now.